what kind of food is suitable for spiritual practice, or food that has higher pranic shakti. That's what we are going to talk about today. So there is usually a debate whenever we talk about any spiritual activity or anything. Immediately people would say that you have to be a vegetarian or you have to be a vegan. Now another breed of people have come, vegan society, where they even say you are harming the animal, we are not even taking milk, we are only on vegetables. Or there's a paleo people who are like, we are living like our ancestors. So these are new cultures, okay. The food has to be holistic. Okay, let's not get into vegetarian or non-vegetarian or vegan or paleo or whatever kind of diet you follow. From a spiritual point of view, what they were telling, or some people say no garlic and onion, it's a tradition. So the point they say is every food has a certain nutritious value, which we all know. From the packet you will know it. Apart from the nutritious value, it also has a subtle value, that is a spiritual value around it, that is a pranic shakti. They call as prana shakti, or you call energy around it, or you can call it as a aura around it. And they call it in a different name and different methods. So what they have noticed is certain kinds of food has a higher pranic energy. So when you take those kinds of food, your prana shakti also will increase, your shield will be a lot more stronger, so that you can go intense in your practice without any disturbance. That's all. So why they avoided onion and garlic is very simple. It induces heat, internal heat. When you are inducing that internal heat, that smell will not go. You know, onion, and if anybody eats onion or a garlic, you know, but sitting next to him, you will know he has eaten onion. That smell will come. That smell will go into your nose and it will go and induce some thoughts in your mind. It will keep disturbing when you are meditating. It will disturb you. Plus that heat energy will induce rajasic or tamasic behavior in your body. So that is why they say eat those food which will not, it will make sure you are healthy, it doesn't interfere in your thought process, and you feel lighter so that you can meditate or go deeper into your practice. This is only for them. Okay. Because I have seen people who don't eat garlic and onion also, they have all negative thoughts, crooked behaviors, right? So if these are sattvic, then you should also have sattvic quality, right? I have seen people like a vegetarian, they say I'm vegetarian, I practice all this sadhanas, everything. But when they say that, only ego is talking there. They have lost their battle when they say the statement only, right? They don't have the divine quality. If they have it, they will not even think about it. Okay, so don't force your own thought process on others. We are not getting into veg and non-veg. I'm just giving you a thought process, why it is said like that. We have to understand the real meaning. So whichever is not interfering to you, eat that food and experiment with yourself and decide yourself. You are the best answer here. By eating sattvic food, am I displaying sattvic qualities? Is my thought process very sattvic? If I see a person, I don't get attracted, there is no lust feeling, there is no greed or jealous, great. Follow the same food habit, whatever you eat. So that is the point here. Now talking a few years back, one Russian scientist, they discovered a camera called as Kirlian photography. So they took pictures of various food elements and human being, and they were able to picture an aura. Is that the real aura with the person we see is very different, but it gives some metrics, and they found out a lot of green leaves have higher energy field. So that is why then the veganism or vegetarianism they started promoting that as a very big entity. I'm not touching which is good or bad. Again, I want to clarify it very clearly. What is helping you in the state of meditation? You need to know, you need to have a clean thoughts, your body should be light. Whatever food, obviously green leaves are the only thing which helps you more. So according to your body, that is the reason you can choose. I hope this answers you which food will suit for you for your spiritual practice, and do let us know what kind of food you eat and how was your reaction during your spiritual sadhanas. That's all I have for now, and I'll meet you in another interesting video. Bye.